So in this video, I'm going to talk about a coaching call that I've just had with a couple of guys around title splitting, and just share with you some of the questions that most commonly come out when people are thinking about that strategy, which is buying the multi-unit freehold blocks and what you have to do to extract all of the value that I talk about from them so you can recycle all of your cash out of each deal. Now, the idea is to leave no money of your own in each of these deals once you've title split and you've refinanced. And by doing that, then you can reuse that same money to buy the next block or the next property and so on and so forth. So that's the bit that I really like about this property strategy, where I can get all of my money out to be able to recycle to buy the next one. But so in this video, really what these guys wanted to ask was, they bought a block of flats, 8 flats, one freehold, 8 flats in that block, and they wanted to understand a few things around how the strategy works. So typical question I get asked is, for example, the first one is, is it better to refinance on a commercial mortgage or a residential mortgage? And the answer to that is it depends on the value of each unit. Because if the value of each unit, when you disaggregate them, in this case, you disaggregate all 8 flats from each other, and the individual unit, when you times them by 8, in this case, does it add up to a higher and enough valuation so you can pull all your money out? Now, I live in the southeast of England. Majority of the time, the cost of entry is a lot higher, but the valuation at the end tends to be much better than if you were up north. So the answer to that question, it just depends on the valuation of these subunits that you will create. If the subunit valuation is less than what you anticipate, if you then compare it to commercial valuation, and just to pause there around commercial valuation is based on the rental income of the actual asset rather than the bricks and mortar valuation. So sometimes it's also better to have a commercial valuation, so then you can extract more money out of the deal. So that's question number one. The second question they had was around SDLT implication, stamp duty, land tax implication. Do you pay twice? So on entry when you buy the block, and then on refinance and split titles. The answer is no. If you know what you're doing in terms of restructuring and company structure, you will not pay. And this is why people like me are around to help you navigate these tax challenges, I guess, and find a way of structuring the company so that, and the deal, so that you don't end up paying stamp duty twice. We also talked about some of the discount that I was able to share with them so that they don't end up paying the average stamp duty that everybody has to pay. If you don't know some of the tricks of the trade, you'll end up paying more stamp duty. Other question was, when do you split the titles? So do you split it on entry when you buy the block itself, or do you split it at the end? Typically for me, I do all the works, I'll buy the place, I'll do all the works, I'll do refinance. Then on exit, when I'm refinancing, putting the money out, that's when I'll get my solicitors involved and actually refinance all of the units in there. Minimum flat size. So typically, most lenders won't refinance anything that's below 30 square meters. That will change over time, because as we've seen in the last couple of years, also the government now has put the minimum size of a property of a one-bedroom flat at 37 square meters rather than 30 square meters. So that's what will be coming up in the next, certainly the next 10 years or so, by the time we come to that cycle. But right now, anything below 30 square meters, you will struggle to refinance, but anything above, you should be okay. What's a unit? But in my experience, a unit is, you're buying a block of flats. A unit is the front door. Once you open the front door, that's the unit. Typically it's a one-bedroom flat, two-bedroom flat. You have 2 bedrooms, bathroom, kitchen, living room, and maybe a dining room or something like that kind of structure. So that's what is called a unit. And company structure, typically with title splitting, you have to have a group company structure where you're having the freehold held somewhere else and the leasehold held in a different entity. You cannot merge them together. Lenders won't like that, and they won't lend to you because they say that you can actually then affect the lease without them having a say in it, and that's why they want the leasehold to be held by a different entity. That could be just yourself as a personal name person, or it could be another limited company. In my case, I've got a Community Freehold Limited, which holds all of my freehold titles. So I hope that helps. If you're thinking about title splitting as a property strategy, I would definitely recommend it. I think it's one of the most profitable property strategy. Done well, I can teach people to buy the right, find the right place, buy the right place, refinance it, refurbish it, refinance it, I should say, in that order. Then title split so that you can release all of your money out of that deal. So you leave zero money in the deal, refinance, make a passive income on each unit for the next X amount of years. So you're making profitable business. You take all your money out to buy the next block, but you do that in a way where you don't get any hassle on refinancing from the lenders. You don't get any hassle from the SDLT and land registry. You don't get any hassle from HMRC because you are being asked to pay twice the stamp duty and maybe even capital gains tax. So this is what I coach on a one-to-one, on a 4-week basis. So we will spend a lot of time talking about theory, but also a lot of the practical stuff that needs to happen to be successful in title splitting. Then we pause the course. You go away and find and buy the unit that you want. We have conversation in between if needed. And then once you come to buying and you're just about to complete on the purchase, I come we go back live on the course, and I'll give you 6 hours of one-to-one training again to get you through the second stage of the title splitting process, which is how do you then create leases, how do you put your group company structure together, how do you set up your refinance, how do you get your money out of the deal, etc., etc. So have a look at my website. All the information is on there. If you like what you see, don't forget to leave some comments, or if you have any questions, please leave some comments, and I'll see you on the next video.